I love Spider-Man. He is, in my opinion, the best Marvel superhero. In fact, I think he's the best superhero the human race has come up with. Which is why his exclusivity in Marvle Avengers to only Sony platforms makes me upset, with no confirmation of the game being crossplay, thus not being able to play with my longtime sparring partner Denzel, the only person I play Xbox with.
Oh, what are you doing?
It's my body now.
I'm gonna have to just accept there won't be a Spider-Man in my Avengers. But what if a different Spider-Man was hiding in the game? On closer analysis of each character, Hulk, too big and too green. Iron Man is red, which is almost like half Spider-Man, but he can fly, and after some research I have concluded that flying isn't the same as web swinging. Miss Marvel can swing, but she also turns really big, which again I don't think Spider-Man can do. This leaves us with Black Widow. She can swing, she's strong and can stick to walls longer than your everyday normal person. She can use her grapple hook to get closer to enemies, similar to a web zip. She can turn invisible, which is something Miles Morales can do. And she also has guns, like 2 handguns. Now, this does seem like a big problem. Spider-Man doesn't shoot people, he doesn't kill, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Yeah, this Spider-Man's got guns. I know what you're gonna say. Why do I need a guide to load up the game, select Black Widow, and then just pretend to be Spider-Man? First of all, stop being a little bitch. It took me some time to make this video, and all you're doing is complaining. I just want the best for all my video watchers. First things first. Just like how IGN only likes games based on their looks, a lot of people share that opinion. So the one way to feel like Spider-Man is to look like Spider-Man. These are 2 costumes that I've chosen. The one on the left has a little bit of red, and the one on the right has kind of a Spider-Gwen vibe. Now that we've got our costumes, we have to pick the right setting. There's a map that takes place at the eastern seaboard that looks very similar to New York, despite the fact it's in the mountains. Now Spider-Man normally fights alone, but unfortunately in the Marvle Avengers beta, which is what I'm playing by the way, there's no option to go solo. You'll either have online partners or bots joining you. If only there was another way.
Ho ho ho, delightfully devilish, Seymour.
Now here's a little trick. What you need is a Y or triangle button. Load up the map and make sure you have matchmaking turned on. You could also try this with a friend if you like. Now once someone has joined, start the game. You'll see a leave strike team option at the bottom left of your screen. This option isn't present when you're playing offline. Press the leave strike button and then wait on the next window. You're waiting for the game to finish loading and then start to fade to black. Keep your finger on the confirm button, and as soon as it begins to fade, press continue.
Hey fellas.
Now you'll be in the game alone. I would recommend switching the difficulty to easy. When playing the game alone, if the difficulty is quite high, the health bars just go up, which isn't too fun. Swinging around isn't Marvel's Spider-Man, but it's still great to do. It's a lot more atmospheric in the streets alone. It reminds me of the Arkham games, specifically Catwoman segments. There's a lot of side missions scattered around as well. The one I found had you saving a disembodied head from a quite spacious prison in comparison to its size. Most combat encounters work the same way as Spider-Man games. Picking off enemies from afar and then attacking multiple targets, using your agility to dodge incoming blows. Fighting bosses alone has a real different feeling. The attacks they telegraph are a lot easier to see now that Hulk isn't throwing boulders and Iron Man isn't blasting fusion lasers. In this particular mission, after messing around on the streets, we go down to the underground facility. I thought that this new scenery would be accompanied with a new look. A lot of Spider-Man games normally employ stealth mechanics, which aren't really present in this game. The closest you get is turning invisible, but it's meant as a support strategy so that yourself and teammates can retreat. Something that breaks up the action is puzzles. They aren't usually mandatory to the mission at hand, and they're scattered around the map sparingly enough to make you feel quite accomplished when solving them. The biggest challenge when playing solo is the missions that require you to defend points from waves of enemies. It is very rewarding to complete them though. I think that it's really dumb that Sony's locking away Spider-Man, but I think that Crystal Dynamics have truly given us a real treat for a superhero game. When playing as the other Avengers, they really capture what makes them so great in the comics and films. I hope that Marvle Avengers won't turn into other live service games, in the sense of having to play every day or fear of missing out on daily and weekly events, and feeling like you've fallen behind if you don't log in. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if you're going to give the beta a shot, or why you think it's not your type of game in the comments. It was a stupid idea to make this video anyway, because the beta only lasts 2 more days, so what is the point of making a video for only people to play for 2 days? It's dumb. I'm sorry, but it was just something I thought would be good to do. Don't forget to subscribe for more dribble.